Have you ever had that dream of starting your own online business, but you just get stuck, wondering where to even begin? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk through a real roadmap that can turn that dream into a solid, step-by-step plan. So let's jump right in. Okay, first things first, and this is probably the most important question of the entire journey. When I say the words financial freedom, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Seriously, is it about traveling more, spending more quality time with your family? Or maybe it's just that simple peace of mind, right?
Whatever that image is in your mind, hold on to it. Because that vision, it's way more than just a nice daydream. It's your compass. It's the thing that's going to guide every single decision you make from here on out. It's your why.
So our journey starts right here, with the compass, figuring out your why. Before we even whisper the word product or website, we have to build a strong foundation. And that foundation, believe it or not, is all about your mindset. This internal work is, without a doubt, the most important step of all.
Here's the classic mistake where so many people trip up right at the start. They immediately jump to, what should I sell? But the real secret to sticking with this for the long haul isn't the what, it's the why. Understanding your deep down motivation, that's the real starting line.
And that why of yours, it becomes your anchor. It's the answer you're going to come back to over and over again. Think of it as the high-octane fuel in your tank that'll power you through all the inevitable bumps in the road. Because without it, it's just too easy to give up. With it, you're practically unstoppable.
So to really nail down your why, there's a simple little tool called the honesty test. And it's all about being brutally honest with yourself by asking 3 questions. 1, where am I right now? 2, where do I want to be in exactly 1 year? And 3, what do I actually need to learn to bridge that gap? This exercise is amazing because it breaks those huge, scary goals into smaller, manageable steps.
Now here's a powerful little mind hack to bring that honesty test to life. You got to work backward. I want you to imagine it's 1 year from today, and you've absolutely crushed it. You've succeeded. Now finish this sentence. I succeeded because. This little trick forces you to connect your financial goals with what truly feeds your soul, like, spending more time with your family. That connection, that's the rocket fuel we were talking about. All right, with our why locked in, it's time to draw up the map. This is where we get strategic. We're shifting from that internal motivation work to the external, creative work. We're about to find that one golden idea that's going to be the bedrock of your new business.
So how in the world do we do that? We use a super simple 3-step funnel system. So picture this. First, you pour a bunch of ideas, say 20 of them, into the top of the funnel. Then you use some filters to narrow those down to your best 5. And finally, out of the very bottom comes your single winning theme. It's the cleanest way to go from total chaos to crystal clarity.
Step 1 is all about the brainstorm. The ideas can be literally anything. Coffee, pets, MMA, you name it. There's only one rule here. No overthinking. Just write. Get every single thing out of your head and down on paper. No judgment.
Okay, next up, we take that big messy list and we filter it down to the top 5. How? Well, we use 2 really important filters. First, your personal interests and passion. You've got to actually care about it. And second, it's market potential. Because, let's be real, you need to be able to make money from it. It's that perfect mix of heart and head.
And now, the big reveal. After that final analysis, a clear winner emerges. In our example here, it's MMA. And just like that, all the uncertainty vanishes. We now have one clear, focused path to walk down.
So, our theme is set. MMA. Now we go from abstract ideas to something concrete. It is time to build our outpost, our digital storefront. This is the fun part, where the idea gets some flesh and bones and becomes a real place that customers can actually visit.
Every great store needs a great name, right? For our MMA theme, let's roll with MMA Gorilla. A name like that isn't just a label, it gives you a feeling, right? A feeling of power and strength. It's memorable, and it's already starting to tell a story.
A name's a great start, but now we got to stock the virtual shelves. By picking specific branded products like MMA Bulldog shorts or MMA Tiger gloves, our abstract theme suddenly becomes a tangible reality. Each product should just reinforce that brand identity and speak directly to our ideal customer.
Okay, the store's built, the products are listed, but it's really just an empty digital building until people show up. And that brings us to the most vital part of this whole journey, finding your tribe. Because let's be honest, without customers, a store is just a bunch of code on a server.
So here's a fundamental truth of marketing that you have to understand. If you try to sell to everyone, you will sell to no one. The goal isn't just to sell a product, it's to connect with the perfect person for that product. That's the huge difference between a blurry, unfocused attempt and a sharp, laser-focused approach.
So for our MMA Bulldog shorts, our target customer is a guy between 18 and 30 who lives in the UK and is into MMA. See how specific that is? That level of clarity is a superpower. It lets us tailor all of our marketing, all of our messaging to connect deeply with that one person, instead of just shouting into the void.
Now for the secret sauce, the power of your words and how you actually talk to your customers. Just look at these two responses. Mediocre service just says, "No, that's not possible," and basically slams the door in their face. But great service says, "We don't have that color, but would cream work for you?" One builds a wall, the other builds a bridge. That right there is the power of language.
We've covered the mindset, the map, the store, and the customer. But you know what? None of it means a thing without one final crucial ingredient. We've reached the horizon. And this part is all about having the courage to take that final leap of faith.
The great Michael Jordan once said, "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But I can't accept not trying." And that's not just about basketball. That is about life. That is the mindset of an entrepreneur, through and through.
So, after all of this, I'm just going to leave you with one final question to think about. For you, what is that one thing that you just can't accept not trying? Because the answer to that question, it might just be the beginning of everything.